Welcome back to the YTG podcast.
Welcome.
You are new here, my name is Nico. I'm an automotive photographer and now amateur racing driver.
I'm Shaun, and I am the owner of this lovely shed in Keysborough, YTG Young Timers Garage.
Here
Welcome.
on the weekly-ish YTG podcast, we're going to give you the sort of inside scoop inside the automotive industry in Australia, as well as some fantastic stories, motorsport, anything car related. So, and a bit of electric car hate. Join us on another episode, and we hope you enjoy. Welcome back to another episode of me sporting the lovely North Borders jumper, which has been graciously given to me by Mikey.
Yes, Mikey.
Available at all good North Borders websites online.
Yes. Oh, talk about that. We've now got all our merchandise.
What a segue. What a segue. We have a merchandise website now.
Finally, for everyone's been asking about hats and things like that, and we sold a lot of hats on the weekend, on Sunday, but everyone's been asking about hats and merchandise and so on. Well, finally we sort of got around to doing it. So you go to a website, it's under apparel, I think, isn't it?
Apparel, or I think it
apparel.
is.
So it's the top bar there. We've got the trucker caps, and then we've got
nice caps.
We've got the fully embroidered both the Lotus, Elfin and YTG caps. So we've got the hoodies on there, and then we've got some other stuff we're going to put on there. We've got these grouse, if you've seen in the showroom, I've got these awesome replica Formula One tyres. Yeah, so they're CAD design tyres, which are go-kart tyres, so the real cut tyres with all the variety of different compounds, super softs, wets, intermediates, all of those.
They look like the
parts.
Qualifying trophies.
Yeah, so they're on a little stand.
Very cool.
So we've got those, so we're going to be putting those on the website too, so they're really, really cool gifts. So get on there. Website's up and running with the apparel, so you want your YTG caps and so on, so please get on there and all good. So I just like to swing for that anyway. So,
Good. Get the news out of the way.
Yes.
100%. So we're going to kick straight off into more automotive news. Did you see Koenigsegg have beaten the Laguna Seca lap record?
Sort of, fuck me. That's
How
epic.
cool's that?
Epic.
Jesko Attack.
Epic.
Monster of a car.
Yeah, great car. Fantastic. He's brilliant. I just think Christian's fucking awesome.
He is.
Absolutely awesome. Think the car's the best type of supercar in the world. I just think he's brilliant, regardless of what Sam and Tony were saying.
Sam and Tony said, yeah.
But I just, that's epic. He just keeps breaking records.
So cool.
Awesome car.
So cool.
He's just such a ripper bloke. So that was massive. That was only a couple of days ago.
Yeah, because Monterey Car Week is happening right now. This episode will be 2 weeks old by then, but yes. Monterey Car Week's happening at the moment.
Big sale, big price of some of those cars.
Many big cars there, just insane.
Big cars.
That is one of the events that I feel like we have to go to at some point.
Yeah, it's a bucket list I haven't gone to yet. I had a lot of clients there this year. Been invited to go. Just time.
It's a long trek, and it's a week, right? It's not just a weekend event. It's a week.
I used to travel the States all the time, and to go for a week, it's a fucking ball ache, mate. The flight to travel, I used to go to LA,
it becomes 10 grand so fast.
It's and not just the money, it's the timing and it's a lot to go because they're full on events. You're going to one event to another event.
Yeah.
Constant whining on the piss, fucking dinners, meeting, greeting, fucking big week. But yes, we got to go. Yeah, we have to go. So that was big. I can't believe some of the prices on some of the cars. Fuck. Anyway,
the cars that were up for auction.
Yeah, well, the world record on the F50 was 5.5.
So what was the deal with that car? Why was it £5 million? Do you know?
To be honest, I was just in shock at seeing them, considering when I was fucking signing for 2 mil Aussie, 2.5 mil Aussie. So
it's crazy.
5.5 mil US. I don't know if it was owned by anyone particular. That doesn't really make a difference. Maybe. But to be honest, it was probably low mileage.
Must have been that delivery case.
Usually that sort of stuff. But I was just shocked at some of the prices they made. But and some cars were, under. It was good problem. The usual suspects, your 300 SLs and that sort of stuff. And that was sort of they're roughly on the same sort of money, US 1.3 sort of that was made. So by the time you land that car, it's over 2. But it was good turnout. Good turnout. Yeah.
So cool.
Yeah.
Some amazing pictures of the lines of 20 Koenigseggs and another 6 Pagani's behind them.
Yeah, I love it when those Koenigs, they do those big world tour. I mean, they fucking fly their cars.
Ghost Squadron. Yeah.
That's epic, mate.
Proper.
That's epic. That's fuck off money stuff. Yeah. That is. That's what that is. That's just gangster. That's big time.
And why wouldn't you?
Oh, fuck yeah. If I had that kind of freight, I would.
Yeah, 100%.
Fucking oath. I would. And just the Ghost Squadron, so they just fucking all cruise around the Koenigseggs. I mean, like, it's just...
Yeah.
It's gangster.
Yeah. It's like when Andrew Tate was talking about buying the Bugatti.
Oh, right, yeah.
And going to have dinner at the factory with all the people who had placed orders at that time, and he's,
big
shakes and, like...
Big network.
Proper big boy table.
that is serious big boy toys.
Yeah.
But that's Koenigseggs is the billionaire man toys. Really, it is.
Yeah.
It is. It is. It is. It's just that there's just another level. It's the car that when you've got everything else. I suppose like a Pagani, I suppose, it's the car that you've got when you've got everything else.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
You know what I mean? You've got all your hyper Ferraris and your hyper Porsches or Lambos or whatever, and this is just
100%.
Next level.
They are.
Because Valkyries and all that sort of shit, that's just not, that's not really reality in a sense.
Yeah, you could still, you couldn't take it.
Yesco is, I suppose, a lot of people go, that's not reality, but it's a lot more reality than, say...
It is. You could still use a Yesco on a rally. There's no way you could survive 5 days straight in a Valkyrie. Not a chance.
I think you could struggle 5 hours in a fucking Valkyrie.
You could technically leave a Yesco or something like that out in front of a cafe or of a supermarket. A Valkyrie, you'd be...
it's something like... it's still to leave a Yesco when we're sort of throwing water on it in a sense. It's still an epic... But it's something that you would actually feel... No, I don't know if you say the word comfortable, but...
They're usable?
Yeah, that's what it is. It's just that psychology of... Yeah, I could do that with this car. I can't do it that.
No.
Even though, really, it's pretty big what you're doing. But for some reason, that you just feel you could get away with the Koenigsegg with that.
Yeah.
A Pagani, I don't think I could. But something about it, something about a Koenigsegg, I just don't know what it is. It's like the muscle car of the fucking super hypercar world.
Almost.
In a way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like no fucking frills, fuck you. We're fucking cool. We do it differently. We do it better than anyone else.
Yeah.
We're against the fraternity. What? 0 to 200, 0 to... Well, we're 0 to 400 and back.
Yeah.
We're just at... Oh, is that what you do? Oh, we're just at other level.
Yeah.
You can't get there. Even your F shit can't get there. It isn't really. You think about it. What mate, Koenigsegg kills a LaFerrari.
Oh, well and truly.
And that was really the hero. What's the next hero?
LaFerrari's 10 years old now. Can you believe that?
But even when it was out in 14, the Koenigsegg was better.
Oh,
it was quicker.
It's definitely a level above.
It's because it's the Ferrari. That's all it is. It's just that...
Yeah.
It's that level of that... that attainment, I guess, for the brand, for what that is. But really, they are. They're anyways, yeah, it's awesome.
So good.
Yeah, I love it.
Can't wait to see what they do next.
Oh, mate,
and to see some CC850s here. Oh, bring them.
I don't think we will.
Adrian's got one.
Whether you bring it here or not is another thing.
I think that's the plan.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I suppose. Yeah, good. Yeah.
Yeah, so we'll see. We'll see. In other news, last week we talked about the fact that we took some cars down to Haileybury. And I wanted to actually talk a little bit about that 675.
Yeah.
Because it blew my mind.
Yeah.
It blew my mind. So, Haileybury's only 10 minutes down the road, so I didn't drive for an awfully long time. And it's on Trofeo Rs. It was 10 degrees, pouring with rain.
Yeah.
So, it's not like you could really test the car in any sense of the word at all. However, even at low speeds... And this is part of the reason why it blew me away so much.
It's very user-friendly.
Even at low speeds and, you're wheel spinning at like 15% throttle sort of things. So, we're not really getting to explore the car at all. But having said that, you could feel that you were connected.
Brother, I drove that thing around Phillip Island in battle, and it was just like, I get it.
It's that when I get into the Lotus, it's that extension of the body, nothing between me and the tires. And when you get into a modern Ferrari or even a Porsche, you don't get that. You're holding equipment.
That car feels like it just grabs you like a glove.
Yes, and when I was on the phone with John Crook from Hyper Racer, he explained it perfectly that when he was driving a 12C a couple of years ago, McLaren 12C, it was you'd press the paddle and the car would work out how to put itself in gear. You'd press the accelerator and it would work out how it's going to clutch and power and get you moving. You're just pressing the button that's telling it that it needs to work out how to do something.
Yeah.
You're not actually physically moving the throttle on the engine. You know, there's a big diff. But you and the tires, there's a lot going in between them. And a lot of the modern stuff that I've driven, namely things like 488 Pista, 991.2 GT3 RS, all have that same feeling of I'm asking the car to do things and it's working out how to do them. Particularly with the gearbox, the speed of the paddle shifts, and particularly when you're driving slower, the ECUs slow down the gear shifts and everything else to make it much smoother at low speeds, because when you're banging gears at low speeds, it's quite rough and everything else. And they don't want that in your Ferrari and, you know, top of the line Porsche. It's the car that does everything. The 675 though was almost proper sequential immediate all the time. I just hit the active button, manual mode. The steering was almost Lotus-like telepathic. And my right foot felt like it was connected to fly-by-wire throttle on the top of the engine. Even though it's not, it felt like it was. The difference in how I felt in the driver's seat from the 650S that I drove to the 675, radical.
Really?
Absolutely radical. So much so, and people who know me will know that this is a massive statement. That 675 is the second car ever, period, that I can say I would happily own as a flappy paddle.
Oh, yeah, 675 is a fucking epic car.
I've amazed.
And I've always said this, and people know this. Look at all the podcasts. What do we play with? 650, 675, that's it. Or maybe an MP12C, but... No, 650 is an awesome car. 675 is basically an incarnation of a 650 in a sense.
It is, but it feels radically different.
Yeah, it's the you notice it. And I've been privileged to feel, mate, we had the exact same fucking thing at Dutton's back in was it 18, at Charity Drive Day, and when we had down at Phillip Island, and that it's just a whole different. When you feel the aero and the way, and you're fucking down 250 down the straight, and you're like, this can't keep going, but your ass is like this.
And it's still going.
And then the air brake and the way it turns, and you're like, this is what it's built for,
mate. For a modern the flappy paddle,
but it's not flappy. It's just.
Correct. Yes, it does feel slow. Like a race car sequential.
It's just so slow. That's slow. It's so quick. It's just so beautiful. Good. It really is beautiful.
So good. Very, noticeably very better than, as I said, 488s, Pista.
Oh, fuck
GT3 RSs, you know, these are the cars that I've spent time driving. Noticeably better.
Yeah, 675 is a great car. Always said a great car.
Blown away. Because I was not expecting it. I was expecting it to be like the 650, which, look, I enjoyed, but it's a big Golf, you know. 675
harsh. I mean,
675 was a game changer.
Yes, that's an epic car, and that's why to this day I keep saying to many people, maybe 765, 720s. 720 is a great car. 675, mate. 675, special car, and I like the Spider because the retractable roof is just beautiful.
That's a good car.
It's a great car.
Good car.
I mean, fuck again, you know. We've had a lot of interest in the car, but there's a lot of fucking tappers out there, you know.
Yeah, and it's not the market for a $700,000 McLaren.
It's not. You know what I mean? And that's a special car. It's the last car brought into the country. Very well spec'd. We traded on the 765 LT. Lovely car. Yeah, it's good. Yeah, it's a special car.
It's got a special place in my heart now.
Good car. Good car.
When we turned right onto Springvale Road.
Going to Haileybury. Yep. Up through first gear, into second gear, and that's when I started to power on to accelerate up to 80. Gone to that.
And not like that. It's just as I started to get what felt like about 10% throttle, I could feel that it was cold Trofeo R's, concrete tyres, they're just going, no, we're just going to start spinning here.
Yeah.
We're still going straight, but they started to spin up, and that's when I went, okay, I'll take third now.
Yeah.
And because the revs had started to come up, as it went to third, it did the crack. Went crack as it went to third, and the chills down my spine. Woo! At that moment, I fell in love.
Yeah.
What a car.
Yeah, it is a good car. Yeah,
What a car.
They're a good thing. They really, really are a good thing. Yeah.
Mate. So there you go.
Yep.
Learn something new every day.
Nico's now one of his favourite toys.
I've been somewhat converted from I am as manual purist as it gets.
No, but one, you can't get a fucking manual in the fucking things.
No.
But if you're going to get a sequential gearbox, that is a fucking great. Well, mate, I always said it, mate. I thought the 12C was a fucking amazing car when the 458 came out. And technically speaking, it was probably technically a better car. And I did say that.
Yeah.
But the 458, just something about it, it just did it for you.
Yeah.
And that's why it was so successful over the 12C. Even though the 12C was a better car, technically. But again, how many days do you go to the track?
Mate, it's the soul, it's the fizz. I mean, it's the fucking 675 to 650. Mate. On paper, they are, as far as everything goes, more or less identical. And the difference between the two of them is insane. It's just some cars have the soul, some of them don't.
Yeah, 100%. No, very much
amazing. And so interestingly, and this supports that theory, the only other car I've ever driven, which I have said I would happily own as a automatic flappy paddle, is a Jaguar F-Type V8. F-Type R.
Oh, but that's a great car. That's a great car.
The amount of soul and personality that car has.
Even the V6 supercharged.
It's like even the V6 supercharged. Yeah.
It has got a lot more crack and popple than you anticipate.
Right. Oh, yeah.
I mean, I think that's to create a lot more theatre to attract the younger buyer.
And it works.
Of course it does.
I would describe that car as a happy puppy.
Yeah.
It
constantly just wants to go.
And every time you let off the throttle, it's like a machine gun. It's awesome.
I know. It's that centre pipe, the twin pipe is just... That is a great,
so cool.
They're a great
proper
car.
hooligan. And that's sort of the last era before they started having all of the really strict emissions laws that brought in all of the quiet exhausts and stuff like that. So that V8 F-Type R, even with a completely stock exhaust, sounds like an animal.
On noise, if you ever get the privilege to really just on noise, foot buried and just jam through the gearboxes on full song, they fucking sound epic.
Yeah.
Epic. And like I said, the V6 sounds fucking epic.
It does, yeah.
Watch the Top Gear when Clarkson, all that were in Top Gear. They did an episode, it was like an English episode.
Yeah.
This is when the F-Type would come out and he's driving a V6 supercharged.
Sounds so good.
Sounds fucking epic.
And they look awesome. And the interior is really nice on them.
Beautiful car. Yeah. Really, F-Type is we haven't had that many.
I don't think we've had a single F-Type yet.
No, I had two at the start. I had a Spider and I had a Coupe, but it was like fucking 3 years ago. So we've tried to train a couple. We just never got the numbers right, but I think that's a fucking great car.
And to be perfectly honest, with the prices on them, I think they're a bit of a underdog value for money pick.
You never buy one new.
No. Second-hand market, though. At one point, you could get a V6 for like 60, 70 grand.
Yeah.
That's value.
That's value. And a good-looking car.
Yeah.
And the carbon wheels they have on them. Yeah, they're good car.
The diamond cut.
Yeah, great car. Great car.
So good.
Very good.
So there's a bit of buyer advice for you.
Yeah, good car. I think it's fucking a lot of value. A lot of theatre, a lot of pop. You know, the technology. I mean, that Jaguar screen's a bit how you going, like the same with the Range Rovers, but who gives a shit?
No.
You don't
You got
buy
your
for
iPhone.
that. I was going to say, you don't buy for that.
No.
Like we were talking to someone said to me the other day, he goes, I loved what you were talking about with the fucking, we were talking about Ferrari and the fucking navs. I go, it's crazy. Now they drop the navs now. Like, who cares?
Yeah.
I mean, like, fuck, I can't even believe you charged for it in the first place. Well, shit. It's just crap. Anyway, but they found that as newsworthy. It's like the fucking cat up in the tree.
Exactly.
Anyways.
Exactly.
Yeah, no.
Yeah. So we'll get on to our car of the week for this episode, which is the most powerful car we have ever featured in car of the week. By a fair margin, I reckon.
Which one? Oh, yeah. Fuck yeah.
Turbochargers the size of Shaun's head. Oof. Two of them.
Fuck. It's Yeah, well, I don't know, where do you start?
Where do you start?
Well,
so it is a VL Commodore.
It was a VL Commodore. It's been fully built tribute to a Walkinshaw.
A Group A SS Walkinshaw.
So it's not a real Walkinshaw that's been bastardised, if you will.
Because you wouldn't bastardise one of the...
I mean, we had that original ESP that was at Motorex that we had here, and everyone's like, I can't fucking believe they bastardised a genuine ESP. So you fucking can't win. Some people say yeah, some people no.
Yeah.
I think it's probably good that they didn't bastardise a real
No, I like
Walkinshaw.
that I mean, you'll fool everyone, but it's a tribute, who cares?
Mate, it's such a good tribute. The interior's all that tribute
Mate.
style, but they got the SAS racing seats with the material.
Mate, they're proper. So they're proper. We'll get into it, but the interior's got brand new race tech, which is what V8 supercars use.
Yeah.
Race seats that have been completely reupholstered to look like factory VL.
Walkinshaw
It's
interior.
Amazing.
Like, the money's been spent. It was $350,000 plus to build.
Yeah.
We've just got it, put it to market. Technically today. Again, as you know, I sort of, just to get a bit of ball rolling, we coming soon. Everyone gets to know our coming soon, just like they get to know our photos. We've got the same sort of a silhouette coming soon. So this car here was on the front cover of Street Machine magazine in, I think it was March or August 23, I can't remember, but last year. No, I think it's February or March. Anyways, front cover Street Machine magazine. So anyone you know, to be on the front cover of any magazine, the car's got to be epic, let alone Street Machine, because there's some pretty hectic Street Machines out there. So this is on the cover. It's a good client, a mutual client, but we met him through MPW. So Adam, the owners of MPW, one of the best in the country. Win everything drag week challenge. The boys run the dynos for Summonat, so they're hectic boys.
Yeah,
everything they build is just fucking off the dial.
We had Adam on the podcast, so if you haven't listened to that episode, that's one of my favourite episodes we've ever filmed. With that, the stuff he was talking about, just epic. Mental,
epic.
Yeah, so they're just down the road here. They've built this car.
Yeah, we're listening to the stuff on the dyno. It's just music. You just hear these 3,000 horsepowers. Wow, full noise on the dyno. They're about probably 400 metres down the road.
And you can
hear as if they were next door. I fucking love it. Yeah. So they use our place for storage for a few of the clients. And then sometimes, we might sell some of these race cars. So, opportunity came up and we've done a deal with a client. So this car, mate, just been basically, ground up build.
Billet everything.
Yeah, forget it, mate. LS,
everything's custom.
LS, twin turbo, just fucking, I don't even know where to start.
1,800 horsepower.
Plus, ran 7.7 seconds. Unbelievable.
Nuts. In a car that you could drive down the street.
Well, it was street registered.
Yeah.
Walkie was the number plates.
So if you ask Adam from MPW... you can get that car on the street and drive it around. He's got his own personal car, which is more powerful, which he drives around.
6-second Capri, which is the fastest Capri in the country, which we had here.
And he takes that on the street. So
they drive him to Jag. They drive him to Jag. They drive him to drag week.
Yes,
drag
correct.
Challenge.
Yes.
So that car actually has a fucking tow bar on it because they hook up a little trailer.
Yeah.
That's the most gangsterish thing I've ever seen.
Oh, so cool.
These guys drive these cars everywhere.
So you've got to jump through some loopholes. It's not as simple as just going down to Vic roads, but yes, you can do it. So amazing car, eh?
Yeah, 1,800 plus horsepower. Thing sounds like a fucking... And they've taken the pipes out because the thing had dump pipes from the fucking front guards,
correct,
front of the wheels.
So go have a look at the photos.
Storage, I fucking cut myself on the bastard walking past.
Did you?
Yeah, fuck.
Wow.
It was fucking sharp. But obviously they took those pipes out and they've put like a, not that it's a road, but a bit more quieter.
Street exhaust
on it. And yeah, it's just fucking epic. It's in the showroom now.
Yep. So go have a look at the photos because it's a very unique car. You can see the
photos have come up great.
You can see the covers on the side of the front bar where the turbo exhaust exits would be when it's in drag mode.
Yeah, it's just insane.
Huge radial slicks on the back of it.
Yeah, tubbed. It's just insane.
And look at the interior. The interior is just phenomenal. The amount of work that's been done into reupholstering completely custom stuff.
It just looks like a full factory interior.
It does, but it's bucket seats.
It's just amazing.
Yeah.
And it's just so epic. But again, it's just in tune with what we do here. You know, it's cool, it's different.
Yeah.
You know, you need balls the size of fucking Texas
You
to
really
run
would,
that thing
yeah.
on fucking full noise.
Yeah.
And you'd never, ever, ever do it again. I mean, like I said, it was 350 plus in the build, let alone the time, and the effort.
What's it going up for?
229,000.
It's pretty good value.
Come on, man.
Considering the build cost.
Come on. And to get it done.
Yeah.
And today's money. I mean, like, it's just so, you know, it's crazy. So if someone wants something that's very special, very unique, that they can jump in and run sevens, and drive it to the shopping centre
Pretty cool.
very quickly. You won't be able to put anything in the back because there's all fucking shit in the back and cage at days. But
Yeah.
go through the
fuel
Macca's,
tanks in the boot,
fucking
yeah.
crazy. It's massive, and it's a car that's been on the front cover of Street Machine magazine, and it's very, very well known. You know, these cars have got their own sort of identity, really. So
Yeah.
that car's just got on the market technically today with the photo. So go and have a look at that. Epic in the showroom. It's just crazy.
Very
Crazy
cool.
car. So that's our car of the week. There's too much to mention. Honestly,
Check out the ad. It's full on.
The build on that car is just, it's insane. It really, really is. So very, very special car. So yeah, definitely check that out. It's crazy.
100%.
Crazy. So that was a good photo shoot. That looks
100%.
mad.
All right. So questions from the audience.
Thank you. Very good of you. Thank you.
First one we've had before, so we'll run over it rather quickly, but we got it, so I feel like we'll answer it. Do you plan on doing any more car shows? The one with Seen Through Glass was epic.
As we said, just quickly regroup. The last Cars and Coffee, again, was epic, bigger than we thought. We thought, like I said, it was at least 1,000 to 1,500, which we knew there was. Council said there was well over 2,000 plus people here. We got into trouble. We're sorting it out. We've done individual private car clubs, not open to the public per se, because obviously we are a car business, so we are allowed to open to show off our trade and to network and so on. And that's what we did with the Porsche Club last weekend. Because they're not advertised because they're private events, so it's only by chance someone drives to see cars and they might turn up.
Yeah.
But we are planning on doing another one towards the end of the year. And trust me, once we've got the green light, which is not far away, it was on red, now it's amber, green's coming, and then once it's green, it is fucking as quick as that VL. It'll be fucking flagged down.
Yep.
Grab gears.
A date will be chosen.
Oh, forget it, mate. It'll be out of control, and it will be an epic one. So, stay tuned. Or like I said, we might have a couple of private car clubs, whether it was Porsche or BMW or M or GT or fucking Ferrari or someone. Keep an eye because, you might see the car club. But otherwise, we'll let you know. Yeah.
Yep. So that's the update on that.
Yeah.
Still
so not far away.
The next question we've got, and this is actually going to be a bit of a topic. We'll dive into this one a bit. I've got some stuff to go through. Favorite car from Monterey Car Week. So I'm going to start off the answer to that by saying
I can't say. Probably the 250
I couldn't say either. And the reason is modern cars are just a little bit, I'm sort of done with them.
Well, I
just
in my mind,
not interested.
The only car that I could really say to me that Monterey was the 250 short wheelbase California.
Yeah, all the old stuff. So there's a whole bunch of new cars that launched, and I wouldn't know or really care for the most part.
No, not really. No.
Which is a little bit sad.
Yeah. Maybe a new, I was going to say the Singer. I mean, they've closed the books now on 964 Singers. So, no, to me, I'd say probably, the 250 short wheelbase California. I mean, that's a special car.
Yeah.
Special car. Which,
So,
if you're not sure, it was like the car they had in Ferris Bueller, even though that wasn't a real car. But that was based on a short wheelbase California Ferrari. So, very special car. And one just went to Monterey's and I just sell for fucking 15 million or something or other. Can't remember. Something stupid. Anyway, so yeah.
Yeah. So I had to have a Google because I thought, I may as well look at what all the brand new launched cars are and see whether we've missed anything. Anything that's interesting that we should talk about. So I'll quickly run through the ones that I picked were sort of note, worth quickly mentioning because a lot of them were not.
No.
First off, BMW M5 Touring. The only reason I've mentioned this is because it says here, BMW have not revealed a curb weight yet, but we expect it to be greater than the Lardy 2.5-ton M5 saloon.
I was going to say, it's going to be close to 3 tons.
Mate, it's going to be a
Because the new
monster.
M5 is 2.5 tons.
Yeah.
And what? And you're like, and it supposedly gets to 0 and 100 in 3 seconds or something or other. So,
mate, set of tyres a day with that weight.
let alone the brakes.
Mate, crazy.
Running costs.
Anyway, moving on because nobody really cares.
Yeah.
As we spoke about last week, the Lamborghini Temerario.
Which means in Italian, fuck, what did it mean? Not psycho. No, fuck, what did it mean? It had nothing to do with the bull. It was something like schizophrenia or something stupid like that.
Okay. Yeah,
just something crazy.
Yeah.
Fuck, what was it? I can't remember. Anyways, yeah. So
this is why we shouldn't do podcasts late at night.
oh, well, no, but I mean, it meant something stupid like that. It had nothing to do with bulls anymore.
Yeah.
Bulls, fucking bulls. Anyway, so
Yeah, because they're normally names of bulls. Yeah.
Correct, yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, as of note, we've talked about it multiple times, that V10. I mean, the fact that Lamborghini is still, V8, twin turbo, 10,000 RPM, 800 horsepower, all to the rear wheels.
Well, how many people are doing a 4-litre twin turbo now? It's like seems to be the displacement for everyone.
Everyone, yeah.
Think about it.
It's the efficiency way to go.
It's the 4-litre twin turbo.
Yeah.
Nearly every manufacturer's got a 4-litre twin turbo.
Point. That's a great point. Yeah, McLaren's
pretty interesting displacement with twin turbo.
Yeah. Yep. So there you go. So cool. Worth mentioning. It's happening. Cool. We're definitely not that interested in it.
No,
moving on.
No.
Much rather drive Farney's Murcielago.
No,
that's for sure.
Well, I stick with my 250 short wheelbase.
Now, this one I actually am interested in, and I'm interested to know whether you've even heard of this car. So it's called the Nilu 27.
Oh, yeah, that's a fucking supercar fucking Chinese fucking thing.
Not Chinese. It looks...
Korean.
No. It looks Chinese and Korean because it's weird. It looks bizarre. What it is one of the chief engineers from ex-Bugatti, Lamborghini, and I think Koenigsegg. He's done all of the big ones, worked on many of the big cars.
Yeah.
Has always wanted to make his dream supercar. The thing that he thinks should be the way that it should be done, right? So he's worked with a number of the big companies who have been making big hypercars. Chiron, Koenigsegg, a lot, right?
And it's his rendition of it.
And it's his rendition of that segment of the market.
Best of all worlds in my way.
So in the interview with the guy, he referenced a couple of cars as the sort of benchmark ballpark for what this car needs to be.
Yep.
The first car he mentioned, Lotus Exige. Brilliant. Tick. The second car he mentioned...
Exige or Lease?
Exige.
Yep.
The second car he mentioned, Ferrari F40. Tick. Check. So this car... And then he goes on to talk about what this car actually is. And when he was describing how it's built, everything else, it is basically a carbon fiber tubbed version of a Lotus chassis with a carbon body and a 11,000 RPM V12 in the back of it. And nothing else. The interior even looks like a modern rendition of a My Lotus Elise interior. There's nothing to it. And nothing to it.
Really?
Yeah. Manual gearbox, 11,000 RPM V12. It's almost a GMA T50 rival.
Yeah, I mean...
He's done it right. And so...
Not a center sitting position, is it? No.
No. Normal 2 seats. The back of the car has almost no bodywork on it. It's exposed subframe and exposed engine.
So a bit like the old fucking Stratos-y style.
Kinda, yeah. So there's no... Like, you could literally reach in and pull a spark plug out. Like, there's no bodywork, nothing on the back of it. It's all exposed, which is really cool. And the design of the engine is called a hot V, which means... unusually, the intakes are on the outside and the exhausts come up the middle because the exits are in the middle. And what that means is top-down view of the motor, all 12 exhausts come out in this sculpture of metal out the top of the car. You gotta look at some photos. It's amazing.
And what's that going to be, like fucking $2 or $3
Oh,
million?
yeah, it'll be multi-million, just like everything else. But I want to read some quotes. I want to read some quotes from the website because it tells you this guy's on the right track. So the first quote, not much about Sasha, the gentleman who's designed this car, follows any rule book for designers, if there were one. His resume is impressive, but he doesn't talk about his resume. He talks about what lurks in his sketchbook. He talks about his first loves, beautiful cars, which is where the Exige and the F40 came from, because that's what he's got in his head, right?
Yeah.
The next quote, which is from Top Gear, this is from this interview where he was talking about the Exige and the F40 and everything. Unfazed by digitalization, electrification, and other distractions, we're focusing on the ultimate automotive experience with a healthy dose of holy shit mixed in for good measure.
Nice.
That sounds positively brilliant.
Nice. Yeah,
so that's a quote from him himself.
Yeah, that's what you want. Holy shit. Yeah, that's what you want. So that's actually a fucking grouse.
Yeah.
I've been in the car plenty of times. I went, holy shit. And like, shit. It took me back when you said that, because I'm going, that's like the young boy in us going, oh,
yeah,
fuck, that was amazing. You know, oh, do that again. That was real. So, I mean,
yeah, that's right. So the other car of major inspiration was a Countach. So, you know, he's basically building a modern rendition of bedroom poster wall. You know, like what you'd have.
Yeah.
So much so that, think of the Wolf of Wall Street white Countach and the massive NACA duct on the side of the car, that triangular air duct that's so iconic.
Yeah.
He's done the exact same thing.
All that on the side, like Testarossa style.
Think about the V12 engine sitting in the back of the car with the inlets on the outside.
Yeah.
So somewhere on the sides of the car in front of the rear wheels needs to be an intake
to cool,
for the air to come into the engine.
Yeah.
And so he's taken the exact design cue from the side of the Countach and just slapped it on, and it looks amazing. It's just,
Are they going to build it? Or is it a concept?
Yeah. I mean, it'll be tiny production run and multi-millions, but it's the same like the GMA T50 and everything else. Yeah. But good to see. And again, what we were talking about the other week, a couple episodes ago, about how manuals seem to be coming back. Here's another one. It's just more and more and more. So cool to see.
Yes, it is.
So cool to see.
Wow. Okay.
So that one is of interest. So that's probably my pick from Monterey, is that car, because that is a weapon, proper weapon. The next thing we're talking about is the Veloce 12, which is the Resto Mod 550 Maranello.
Yeah, I saw that. And then they had a Resto Mod Alpha GTV with the fucking Ferrari V12 in it, or a V8 in there. Was that right?
I haven't seen that, but that sounds mental.
So what? The mob that do all the crazy...
Not alcoholics.
It looked like an alcoholics, like that, pumped, fat, with a fucking Ferrari V8 in it, or a Ferrari V12 in it.
Oh, that's wild.
Yeah, crazy. That was crazy. Yeah. So again, like, you know, they did the Lancia rally car, the Delta.
Yeah.
Or the Lancia,
the new 037.
Yeah, the dark green.
Yes, correct.
So that's another version of that. Like they did the Stratos version. Well, this is one of those, which again, it's another reincarnation of a new...
It's another Resto Mod.
Basically, it's like a new Mustang.
Yeah.
Like, what's the Mustang? What's the Camaro? They are renditions of the 50s and 60s.
Yeah.
That's what these guys are doing.
Yeah.
We're not reinventing the wheel anymore. We're just making it smoother and trying to make it sharper.
And
it's just...
You can see the way the market is heading with...
I reckon they've run out of fucking ideas.
Well, this is the thing, right?
I said this a long time ago.
The market...
Because the new shit that they make is fucking... They're all looking the same.
Yeah.
Someone showed me a picture... Okay, granted, we don't deal on this, but it was a generic picture of... There was like 40... SUVs, right?
Yes.
Okay. And if you actually look, they're all different, but they're white. And you go like that, and they just look all the same.
Yeah.
But when you actually look at it, you can say,
that vent's a little bit
that's a Macan.
Shape. Yeah.
That's a RAV. That's a Cayenne. That's an ML. When you sort of look, but to the real, just quick, they all look the fucking same.
They do.
So there's no soul.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. So for me, that's what we do with the Monterey, the new cars. Well, they're all just there to try and extreme and do out the other, some batshit crazy horseshit design that has no fucking future relevance in today's world or in today's living, let alone in these cities.
Yeah.
And not everyone has the luxury of living on the Mediterranean that they can drive to their country villa and experience this amazing fucking car in its glory. So This is all horseshit.
Yeah.
So for me, you know, I mean, not that I can afford a 250 short wheelbase California, but to me, that was just like, you know, that's just fuck off, you know, to me.
Yeah.
Because it just, that's got the soul that it's just.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah.
But, you know, that Alpha was cool with the fucking V8 or a V12 Ferrari engine in it.
That's wild. That's
Come
wild.
on, man. That's just crazy.
I'm very happy to see the resto mod market blowing up like this. So many different companies making these amazing cars.
Man. And they're not cheap.
They're not cheap.
And the latest of every, like the best of this and the best, like unfucking believable. Everything's magnesium, carbon. Fucking
it's
unbelievable.
They're works of art.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. And just,
Yeah.
who the fuck are buying these fucking things?
And look, to be perfectly honest, if I was in the squillionaire's position,
I'd be buying that shit.
I'd be buying the resto mod stuff instead of new Paganis.
No,
and
that's exactly what
I'll
go get the new fucking. I know the new one, the 299, what the fuck is FXX Spider?
Oh, yeah. SF90, XX, yep.
Like, really?
No, take the resto mod stuff.
Fuck yeah, man. Yep. That's. I mean, I look at it and you go. Imagine that Lancia, the dark green with the that.
Yeah.
What is it? The rendition of the old rally car?
O37, the new O37.
Or the Stratos next to it,
Yeah.
or the okay, so I suppose a singer as well. Yeah, I guess. Then the mod that did the resto mod on the 355 and the 308.
Yes.
That's fucking epic.
So cool.
Epic. That's
So
cool shit,
yeah.
man. And you walk around going, fuck yeah. Because you go to another baller cat's place, SF90. Oh, wow, yeah, okay. Oh, SVJ. Oh, yeah, okay, cool. It's the same shit that every cunt goes for, every person goes for when they got that freight. That shit's just even that more.
I agree.
Nice, mate.
Another one that's really got my attention at the moment is that Tuthill 911K, which we talked about a couple of episodes back. Yeah. What a car. So Sam, Seen Through Glass, just posted a video driving one. His mate's one. Mate, what a car.
Yeah.
Goal weight, 800 kilos. 800 kilos with fluids in it. So it's a 700-something kilo car. 11,000 RPM.
Yeah, no, just
mental.
Mental.
Yeah, like that's the stuff.
It's still art. Even
It is,
just the way it's like.
Yeah.
Special car.
Love it. So very happy to see that Formula market continue to boom.
Yeah.
And I mean, here's another one. So this is the Tuthill GT1, which is effectively, what's it based on? I think it's 993.
They are. They're 993.
Yeah. GT1.
But even you see the Gunther work one. I mean, that
Gunther Works. So that's another one. Oh, there's a lot of companies out there making some very cool stuff. Yeah. Weren't we originally maybe talking to them?
Yeah. We were looking at doing something, but no, it's just.
I reckon you'd sell one here.
I was going to say, Singer's just too sewn up here.
Yeah.
Because we haven't got a big enough market.
No, we really don't. And we sort of found that when we tried to sell the GMAs. It was only a handful of people.
No, we could have sold the GMA. The problem was our people wanted the cars we couldn't get.
Yeah, exactly right.
That's all it was. Otherwise, we would have sold 4 T50s.
Yeah.
Our allocation was 4 cars.
And they were T33s.
T33s. But we rang them up and said, we want T50s. We'll give you deposits now. We can't.
Yeah.
Well, then we can't. What do we want to do? Our people don't want that. They want the grouse. They were invited to the party fucking 10 minutes to go.
Yeah.
Here's what it is. Doesn't matter. What it is. Still, we were offered it. We said no.
Yeah. So, there's our picks from Monterey to answer your question.
No, I only had one. Was that what the question was?
I knew it was going to be a long-winded question because I started Googling. I was like, some cars we're talking about there. All right, so last question.
Yes.
And I worded Shaun up beforehand for this one because this is a great question. It was asked a little while back and we never got a chance to talk about it.
It's a W11.
Yeah, so it would be great to hear your take on the W211 2003 AMG, as it's a fantastic story. So this is one of Shaun's favourite cars.
Well, yeah, I've owned a few of them. The 113K is that engine, which is the 5.5 supercharged engine, which
so
Mercedes
anything
made.
55, SL55, CL55.
So the 55, which really came out in, technically speaking, say 98. Which was the W210, which was the round light E55, which have really become a bit of a cult status now, those cars. So that 55 engine, anyone knows, I've had a lot of these cars myself personally, and I buy a lot for stock. Most people will say it's probably the best time in Ben's performance because that engine, the 113K was used. So the C55 is not supercharged, the SLK is not supercharged, the CLK is not supercharged, the ML55 is not supercharged. It's the S, the CLS, the SL, the CL after 03. Before that's like my F1 edition, they're non-supercharged cars. So it was just a great, they're fucking bulletproof, fucking didn't take much, tweaked the supercharger pulley, they're fucking 600 horsepower, 500 out of the gate, fastest four-door production car in the world at the time. Then the M5 took over. Then the CL took it back, the CL65, which was a bi-turbo. And the gearboxes out of the box was 1,000 Newton meter torque. 5-speed auto, because that was the only one. They didn't run a 7-speed in the 5.5 supercharged because it needed more strength. And the 6.3 came with the 7-speed, or the 6.2 technically. I got in the trade sort of late-ish 90s and sort of 96, 97. So I remember driving one of the M3s, relatively new, and my dealer principal at the dealership I was running was big into AMGs, and that really got me influenced in him. And he had a 210-55. Then I remember he got the 02 E55. Fuck. Gary, you're a fucking, mate, rest in peace. He was a fucking legend, mate. I fucking miss you, mate. He was a fucking champion. What an absolute fucking cool cat. And he drove everything like he stole it.
Nice.
And I remember at the time I was running Alfa Romeo. We had the number one Alfa Romeo dealership. And at the time I had a brand new GT V6, which was fucking grouse. That was grouse car. And they just come out, car of the year and all that sort of shit. They weren't cheap. And it was grouse. It was Stromboli grey with the red leather, which was a fucking grouse. It was gunmetal grey with the wheels. I remember Gary got his E55, which was Cubanite, like a SL55. I remember it was like, and like the general manager at the time, he took over his old E55, which I loved. They had the McLaren trim and so on.
Yeah.
I really liked it. But I remember we used to go for lunch on a Friday down to Church Street in Brighton. And we jumped in the car, and Rudy, a good mate of mine, he got out of trade. He's now one of the directors at Jealous Craig down the peninsula. So Rudy used to run Honda, I ran Alfa, and Gaz got the new, we're like, fuck, yeah, man, had the panoramic roof. It was fucking cocked. It was just, it was like, fuck, man. I think I'd done like fucking 700-800 Ks. And he always drove them fucking hard, his cars. I remember he sat there and he's like, so we'd sit there going, oh, this is fucking grouse. Mate, there's fucking 260,000 back then.
Yeah.
So it was big money they were. And he just pushed the traction control button off and just... I will never... I was just like, I'm done. This is the car. And I'll never forget it, mate. There was fucking four of us in it, and the thing just sat there, and there was that much smoke. And the thing's like, not even done 1,000 Ks.
Yeah.
Didn't give a fuck. And he's just belted this fucking thing, and we've just launched from where Alfa and Honda and that were used cars. We were in the service lane there, and then you went down to Brighton on Nepean Highway. I'll never forget, he launched this fucking thing, and she's just sat there spinning for like a second or two, and then she's half gripped, and we've just fucking come out onto like this, and I'm like, fuck, Gaz could drive, and he's just flicked it, and we've just fucking like snaked it across fucking Nepean Highway like this. Didn't give a fuck, straight across, and this thing's still pouring fucking, I'm like, holy shit. Like the 360s were just out then, because I remember I had a new 360.
Yeah, right.
I remember it was the first time I drove a 360. I was like, oh, fuck, because this is just replaced the 355, and it was a big chalk and cheese.
Yeah,
and I was
100%.
like, fuck, it was big. This is 02. Yeah, 02 it was. And I was like, wow, 360 Spider was like, and then I remember this E55, and that really just influenced me. And I just started going, how the fuck could this be a family car? You know? And I just looked into it and realised, what a fucking car. So that really influenced me. And for me, that W2 111, It's funny because, you read reports of those fucking things and people say they're really unreliable and all that shit, but I know it's like Range Rovers. I've had plenty of old Range Rovers. They're not fucking unreliable. They're grouse. I mean, there's certain cars have idiosyncrasies. I mean,
it's like any car. It depends how you treat it.
It's how you fucking treat it.
Yeah.
Now, these were an engineering time with Benz with they won't fucking do this again. And you speak to anyone in the car, they'll tell you. And they've got a bit of a cult now. They've really come back into their following. So everyone knows those engines. They're fucking bulletproof. I mean, I've probably all up CL, CLK, SL, E, C, SLK, S. There, I've had every fucking one of them. And supercharged and non-supercharged. And I've had cars with 65, 70 Ks, and my highest mileage was 290,000 Ks in one of my 55s. And I'll never forget the bloke who bought it. Because he actually rang me, he goes, so that's the case? I mean, I go, yeah. It was a fucking bought it from a fucking country pasture, a milk farmer and dairy farmer, and so used to do massive miles.
Yeah,
massive miles. Like he could sit in the car and do 700-800 Ks in one day.
Yeah,
massive miles. So best car, highway cruising, always serviced.
Perfect.
And when I remember when he came to look at it, he didn't believe it. He goes, "Did you whiz it forward?" Because I've looked at cars with 100,000 Ks, and this car's better. I go, one. I bought it off him I traded off him 12 years ago. I only got rid of the car last year or 2 years ago. So I had it for it's one of my longest cars. And I added probably 100,000 Ks to it. But it was, when I got it, was fucking new. And the guy just drove it and just looked after it, you know what I mean? And you look at the engineering in them, and I did a check on that car, and the car got checked before we sold it. It was fucking 95% still in freshness in the car, the engine, you know what I mean? When a car's engine's running beautiful and lean and it's clean and that, and at 14 degrees, it's blowing condensation out of the engine. It's blowing, you know what I mean? And this car would do that. The car is so fucking clean. The engine's been so well. It's always ran 98. It's always just been looked after, just the right oils. And that's the thing. And that's like any car. These cars are very heavily engineered. They're so well put together. Where people fuck up, as the cars come down in value, it attracts obviously more people that can afford it. But they don't maintain it.
No.
And see, anyone knows me, any car that I have, I make sure it's got the factory tyres. Like those Benzes, they ran certain tyres. They ran two brands of tyres, a Continental or no, Continental, and what was the other fucking brand?
Michelin, surely.
I think it was a Michelin. No, the later ones are Michelin. But there's a certain size, obviously, and that's because the suspension, the pneumatic, the tyres, the rims, they're designed to cope with 600, 700 newton meters of torque and 1,000 newton meter rated gearbox, which, the car's massively underpowered for what you can get out of it. So when you start fucking around and start changing shit, you fuck up the car's dynamics. So every car that I own or have, they're totally original. So 211, amazing. E63, which was after the E55, which came out in 06. I remember driving the differences between them. E63's got that nicer engine note. The E55 is a bit more quieter. Yeah. It's a bit more refined. It does gargle when you give it on the gas. The SL is a bit more noisy because it's a shorter wheelbase. But the 63 has a bit more gargle and overrun because of the 63 engine. But me personally, the 50, that 113K, brilliant. My advice is, and I've owned fuckloads of them, totally original. Do not buy anything that's been fucked with in any shape or manner. Anything. The maximum you'll cop is maybe a supercharged pulley, which you change, which is not that bad. There's nothing major. You change the supercharger pulley, so you always hear that's the supercharger spin. But totally original, good service history by a reputable person, and just little things you look at, tyres, look for the original stickers. You want to make sure the car's always been a 98. And it's regularly serviced, not big gaps. They haven't cut corners. I still believe, and I still buy them, and I still love them. Best period of A&G. So yeah, great car. I've got to get a 211 wagon. That's my next car. That's the only one I haven't bought. I'm trying to buy. There's only 5 of them in Australia. Yeah. It's only 5. And they're still always big money, but they've done also big Ks. The Ks aren't the issue. You know what I mean? But it's also just finding a car that's not been fucked with, because a lot of younger guys are buying them because a lot of guys in America, they're doing so much, they're taking them to drags and just blowing shit away. They're just stupid what they do with them, and that hurts them. It's hurting them, a lot of them now, because they've come back. Don't forget, some of these cars have lost fucking 90% of their value.
Yeah.
90% of the value.
Expensive cars.
250,000, you buy fucking 25 grand. That's bullshit. That's fucking amazing car.
Yeah.
And they're bulletproof, provided you get the right car. So I love them, massive fan of them, always will. I'd buy one over a fucking new one any day of the week. It's like the C63. I don't like the new C63s. I'm not talking about the bullshit fridges. I'm talking about even the twin turbo V8.
Yeah.
I'm still a 507 man. That's me.
Yeah.
That the last of the 6.3. That was the real engine.
Yeah.
Like
So I've driven a few C63s, and I can vouch for the power of the supercharged 55, because when I went to Gray's to pick up that SL 55 with the Brabus wheels, and I had to drive it around the corner to get it to the trailer. Yeah. And I gave it the boot, and it took off.
Well, I'll never forget. Oh, never. Well, yeah. Well,
redacted.
Yeah. Well, yeah. So we went somewhere, and someone had a 5 Series at the time. It was chipped and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
And wanted to show, look at my car does these circle work things. And I'm sitting there in one of my supercharged cars, and I'm laughing going, are you fucking for real? And the thing wasn't hooking up, and trying to make it
awkward,
it's not hooking up. It's just like going around.
They're just driving around in circles.
And it's like a bit like trying to, and they're going, and you can see them going, oh, this is not working. Turn the traction control, and it's sort of like it's not. It's like it's just fucking understeering. It's like there's no overs, nothing. It's just like and I'm sitting there going, yeah, okay, and I'm just sitting there. Mum just fucking my 55 is just sitting, just sitting there. I'm like, and then they pull over. They're going, yeah. I go, you done? Yeah. All I did is ESP off. I go, you all right? Yeah, and I've just fucking. Whoa! I had to stop because we didn't know where the fuck I was.
Yeah,
there was that much smoke. And I literally sat there on the spot. I moved a little bit and then turned it and just hooked it and just kept it planted, and to the point where I was on a merry-go-round. Yeah. And it was just like, whereas they tried to do they went about 6 times and the fucking thing's just not even gripping. And it's like, and I'm like, and I didn't know what they were trying to do. I go, I didn't know. Is that what you were trying to do? This is how you fucking do it. It's like, you know what I mean? It's like my other AMG photo that I did save the way
from the rally.
The rally. I just fucking sat there in my CL. Boom.
Yeah. So if you go to Shaun's Facebook page or his Instagram for that matter, it's SWB.
AMGs.
What is it? SWB _ 26. Bloody hell, we're on the rally, and I've stopped to take a photo of the Elise and the Mercedes.
The back roads, and I pulled up.
And so he's in his CL 55 AMG.
Mate, F1 edition, only 2 in Australia, 10 in the world right-hand drive.
Never done a burnout. She
is a virgin. Fucking virgin.
Except for the massive burnout that we took a photo of.
She'd never done this thing has never broke traction, because I know the first owner. I was 8 years I'm trying to buy this fucking car. It's only 55 in the world. There's build number 47. It was the first official AMG safety car. It got launched at the Melbourne Grand Prix in 99. In 00, they had it. 01, they built it. Technically, it was the first production car with carbon brakes.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, but mine doesn't fucking have it.
Right.
Because they're so fucking expensive to replace.
Right.
That the first owner, when he needed to replace them,
just put steels on.
He put steels on them.
Yeah.
So I'm spewing. I'm actually trying to get the original brakes back, but they're fucking expensive. But what I'm saying is I fucking lost track of what we were talking about.
Your burnout.
Yeah. He's in the Lotus, pulled up. I've gone back roads. That's nice. Hello, darling. You don't mind if I turn your traction off? You've never done that before. And
because Rita was in the car.
and Rita goes, what are you doing? I said, I'm just doing my dandy boy shit. She goes, what? Okay, don't worry about it. Okay, you ready? Okay, take a camera. And I've just turned it off. And fuck, did she fucking arc up.
Yeah, the smoke.
It was like, no one's ever done this to me before, and I'm going to show you what I can do.
Yeah.
Fuck, the smoke was
so good.
Epic. And I think I dug the tar out of the fucking thing by that much. Fuck, and then I put their real AMGs.
Yeah, that's right, real AMGs, yeah. So that photo is online. You can go and find that photo.
Yeah, but that's a non-supercharged. That's just the 5.5. So it's the 113 without the K. K is K for compressor, which is German for fuck off, supercharged. So, yeah, no, they're grouse. Mrs. Smith build quality, the engineering, you look at the bolts and that, it's just... And that was in their really hand-built engines.
Yeah, properly.
They're not really hand-built now.
No.
They're put together by a machine and then they put a few things on it. These were built properly.
Yeah.
So, yeah, no, awesome car. Cannot recommend them enough. If you can get one, buy one. Just make sure it's right. Look after it. Don't abuse it. Warm it up. Treat it nicely, as any of these good cars need to be do, and it will give you years and years and years of ownership and a lot of fucking street cred, mate. Because they are probably one of the ultimate sleepers. Fuck.
I think so. The only thing that
sleepers.
I think really lets down that entire generation of Mercedes is the interiors. I really don't like the interiors.
I mean, compared to the modern day with all that switchgear electronics, yeah.
They were just ugly, weird, flowing shapes, and it was just I don't know, really ugly.
I prefer that than the BMWs. But the BMW of that era was still very executive-y style.
Correct,
That's how the Benzes were, with a bit of trickiness because it's an M or an AMG.
Yeah.
And the AMGs were based on the avant-garde spec, which is usually the more sportier spec.
Yeah.
Whereas the elegance, which was like the lighter wood grains and that, and the sports suspension with the avant-gardes. But no, awesome car, love it. I could talk forever on them. Really close to my heart. That's the real AMGs to me. That's the real AMGs.
55 or 63?
Both.
Both.
Because they're a different era.
They are.
They're a different era because don't forget that when that 6.3 came out in 2006 with the 211 E63, that was the first time I experienced it because I was driving an SLK 55 at the time, new.
Right.
And the supercharged, the difference like, fuck, wow. And then when you drove the 63, it had more theatre and more noise.
Yeah, it really
That was the difference. And it just, the way it fucking revved. Remember the first time I bought it?
It barks.
Yeah, the first time I bought a C63, a brand new, it was 2008, and I was like, I'm done. That's, I remember when I said, I'm done. I'm done. You have your fucking Lambos and your fucking Lotuses. I was driving a V8 Lotus Esprit.
Oh, yeah, that's cool.
And I had a CLK 55 at the time, 02. Then I went to the SLK, and then that 60. I'll never forget when I came back and my staff go, what'd you think of that? I said, I'm done. And I had a brand new, or I had a 63. That was it. Every car, I just bought another 63. Just bought another 63, bought another 63, bought it. I said, I'm done. Fuck your Ferraris, fuck everything. Even when I was running fucking Ferrari the first time, I switched between a CLK 63 and a Maserati Grand Sport.
Ah, okay.
They're the two cars I drove.
Yeah, cool. Yeah.
I traded 63 CLK 63 cab at the time on a Maserati.
That Grand Sport makes a bloody good noise too.
That was they're an epic car.
Yeah.
That's a great car. Best Grand Sport in the country, a 2-owner car. The first owner had it up, he bought it new in 2007, one of the last of them, Aussie car. Had it up until 2014, had it done 1,000 Ks.
Wow.
Just kept it in a collection. Then the second owner bought it and then added 21,000 Ks to it.
Yeah.
It's just new. Just new. Real Ferrari DNA, when you put that sport button, I love it. That sport button, the crack and pop on the sound and the flippy paddle gearbox. If you know how to drive them, they're fine. I mean, you couldn't get a manual in it anyways, but they're just a great car. Raw. So, no, good cars. Love them. That's my favourite era. You'll always carry them here. We've got that 07 car, which is the last of them, the 07 SL55s. What a car. Absolute last of them. Built and played at 07. They had the bigger paddles. Last of that supercharged engine. Great car. 70 Ks.
I think 2000 to 2015 was golden era. Or even 2000 to 2010.
Well, 90 to me, late 90s, because that's when I got in the trade, and I really just started to see the influence of these cars going, fuck, that's when AMG was just special.
A lot of manufacturers
sold out fucking 3 letters.
A lot of manufacturers are making big leaps. I think from the 355 to the 360 and then to 430, big leaps. Massive. And that was happening in every manufacturer, right? Massive. That's when we got all of those what are modern classics now? These amazing cars. And then everything after that, 2010 onwards, that's when you start moving to 12Cs and Hurricanes and computer-controlled cars, And that's the stuff that we start to complain about when manuals died off and everything else.
Yeah.
That 2000 to 2010 and a little bit either side.
Yeah.
Late 90s and just early 2010, like there's some cool 2012s and stuff like that.
Yeah.
That's the era.
Yeah, I mean, really. I mean, and you just look at it and then you just see the thrill factor of those cars and the fact that they're still so popular.
Yeah.
And we just buy a normal C63, first gen.
Oh, immediately.
9, 10, 11.
Sold.
Go on.
Yeah.
Just go.
We're actually just about to list a C63 wagon.
Which is cool. Beautiful.
Yeah.
We had a performance pack sedan diamond white car a little while ago. We've now just bought a wagon, so they're rare as fuck. Wagons are fuck all. You don't see them. I want to get a 507 wagon. If anyone out there's got a 507 wagon that's not been fucked and it's all original, ring us. Oh, I want to buy one for skids. I love them. They're grouse.
For skids? I thought you were going to say for stock.
No, just to drive. I fucking love them. Oh, I'll sell it eventually, but I fucking love them. Because you just don't see wagons. So, yeah, this is a beautiful car. Country car, one owner. Diamond white with black, no mods, just original wagon, beautiful car, great. I'm going to put up for 65 grand. It's cheap.
That is
13.
Good,
yeah, fuck yeah, 13.
How many
cheap.
Ks?
120 Ks, fucking nothing, mate. Full Benz book, beautiful car.
Yeah, nice.
Unmod, nothing, lovely car. So yeah, you photographed that.
Yeah,
the other day. Yeah. So
it'll go up in our next newsletter.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. So we booked that in. Yeah, great car. Again, that was a great era of AMG. I mean,
of everything, really.
It was. It just, I mean, even the M's at the time, that, the V8. See, one of my favourite M3s is the V8. The E90. I think one of my best experiences, I was down the island. I got a shack down the island and, we had Duttons and it was a Saturday morning early. And we went down there and I said, no, I'll come in. I just, get up early, crisp country morning. It was a manual sedan.
Beautiful.
And I remember coming on that overpass at Philippines. You come off the bridge, you come up, and I think I got up to two. I got up to very rapid speed, very quickly, and then fuck. Okay, I was like shit, and it just. But the sound, that manual gearbox, just...
Yeah, so good.
Because there was no one on the road. It was like fucking 6:30 in the morning, crisp morning, and just fucking sent it.
Love
like,
it.
Every gear to the point where she was like, this gear,
and it revs and revs. Like 8.5 is the red line or something. Yeah,
let it all warm up because you obviously the M's, you got to let everything fucking warm up. So just cruising off the island in third to keep it high rev, just warming up, and then knowing that I was going to fucking send her when I got it, and fuck, did I send her? Fuck me,
Beautiful.
and I just went. Yeah, what a car. And it had the 18s, didn't have the 19s, but it was a nicer ride. Just a Silverstone, sedan, carbon roof, manual. Fuck, what a car.
Yep.
What a car. All the buttons on, it's like the sound and stiffness and just, fuck, mate.
Yeah.
200 fucking, I mean, just like that, 60, just going. Wow, this thing's just grouse, Fuck, I wish I lived in Germany.
Yes, I also have been in a E92 M3 doing $2 something.
Easy as fuck.
Oh, yeah.
And the engine just revs. It just loves it. Great car. Sad they dropped that 8. fuck, it was a good engine.
Well, they only did one series.
That was it.
V8
Yeah. And I think it's a great. I mean, I still, I was talking to someone the other day. He goes, and he's a very seasoned car collector. And he goes, I wouldn't mind getting just a Gen 1 R8 or 4.2 manual. I went, touche.
Yeah, perfect.
What a great car.
Perfect.
Just because I don't want the V10. Fuck the V10. The 4.2 sings. Beautiful first gen 08 manual, great car.
The whole industry was making big jumps then. I mean, think about the jump from E46 to
the fucking E90. It was huge. Massive. 430 to 458. I was running Ferrari at the time. Yeah. The 430 to 458. It was like fucking galaxies and beyond.
Yeah. And nowadays, it's between the 488, the F8 Tributo, the 296. They're all the same car now. Like,
who gives a shit?
Yeah.
I reckon it'd be a shit time to work at Ferrari. Oh, bullshit. Well, I'm going to fucking sell a car. It's not coming for fucking 2.5 years.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's definitely, the golden era has passed.
Oh, fuck it has, mate. I'm very blessed and privileged I worked at Ferrari in a really good era.
Yeah.
16Ms, Scuderias, Speciale, GDOs.
Oh, mate.
Really cool shit.
Living it.
Okay. Now it's just a marketing ploy of, we'll put out a new hypercar. We know there's a million blokes that want it.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. We'll just do that every 6 months.
Crazy.
Yeah.
How times change. Well, on that bombshell, we'll end.
Yes.
I've enjoyed this episode.
Very good. Thank you.
We got some Shawnee stories. Don't happen all the time, but we get them.
We should have one day, fuck me. I don't think half the shit I could say, but...
Yeah, well, the problem is two problems. One, half the stuff you can't talk about. And the second problem is you can't bring them up on recall. Like, we almost need to plan them in advance so you know what stories you're going to tell.
No, but sometimes, I mean, there's so many fucking things in my head, so many different batshit stories. Like,
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, someone could ask us something, and then I'll just go,
click.
It'll click, you know what I mean? So, yeah, if you want to hear some fucking crazy shit,
send in some questions.
Send some questions of some of my stuff, because I can't think. There's been so much fucking crazy shit that's happened and done. Some things I can't say, but I can leave names out. and places, but I can still tell you stuff. But so there's some funny things. But no, awesome. Thank you again for joining us.
We got some cool guests in the works. So Ben Hargraves, Life Through Optics wants to come on.
He's going to come back on.
So we're going to get him on. We'll talk to Anthony from Archer Insurance, because I think it'd be great to get.
I think, it'd be good, especially this field. A lot of questions you might have. So
100%.
Maybe we'll let you know so you can ask a bunch of questions insurance related, modifications, imported cars, all that stuff, because he's a very, very one of the major players.
And
like
yesterday there was someone else you were saying that wanted to come on.
Ice Boys.
Oh yes,
yeah, we've got a good crew of boys we do a bit of work with from time to time. We call them the Ice Boys, the Ice Blast, but they're JDM specialists and they do a bit of stuff with us on JDM.
That'd be cool.
They want to come on board too, and have a chat, as well as who was the other mob that wanted to come on? We fucking said to them, we'll talk to them about it.
Hot property, the podcast space at the moment.
Fuck, who was it? There was a couple of boys who were talking about it. Fucking performance side guys or something. Anyways.
You'll find out.
Yeah. So, definitely you will. But no, look forward to seeing you next time.
Sounds good. Thanks for listening, guys.
Thank you again.
By the way, last thing for you, when this episode drops, it will be the Sunday when I'm racing at the Bend. So finish listening to this, and then open up your phone, go to Facebook, type in the search bar, High Tech Oils Super Series.
Yes.
Go to that Facebook page. There will be a live stream there where you can watch my lovely face winning some races.
Thank you very much.
Enjoy your weekend.
Have a good week. Ciao, ciao.